Our simulation market forecast covers training devices, training aids, simulators, simulations, and all the related services, all for the purpose of training military personnel to effectively execute their assigned military duties. In 2014, we're projecting the market to reach around 10.5 billion US dollars, but it's the opportunity portion of the market that we feel is especially positive. There's approximately $58 billion in opportunities between 2014 and 2023, which is our current forecast window. So that makes up a large percentage of the market. From an end user perspective, the US is currently the largest consumer of simulation-based training systems. And while we expect that to remain the case for some time, there are other countries that are definitely starting to show some more interest in that area. The UK, Australia, and Canada are also significant users of simulation, and all of them have plans in place to expand their level of usage. For example, the Royal Canadian Air Force is looking to expand the usage of simulation from currently about 20% to around 50% of time spent training in a simulator for their CF-18 pilots. And likewise, the UK has announced plans to increase the amount of simulation that they use to train their military forces, with a specific focus on using simulation to complement battlefield exercises. And then we also have examples of countries that have not historically embraced simulation that are starting to move in that direction and show some interest. And an example would be the Philippines and South Africa. For the past couple of years, we have stood by our projection that the use of simulation for military training would increase due to budgetary constraints that many militaries are facing. And largely, we believe this has proven to be true. At the same time, however, simulation-related programs have not completely been immune to budget cuts, cancellations, and delays. So I think the key there is that simulation usage is going to increase, but prioritization is very much the key. The military sector is faced with a unique challenge in maintaining readiness. On one hand, the level and complexity of the threat scenarios is increasing almost on a daily basis. And on the other hand, budgetary pressures are placing constraints on the amount that can actually be accomplished with live training. Last year, for example, in the US market, sequestration caused a fair amount of budget cuts, and some of this was in the area of flying hours. In a lot of these cases, in order to keep pilot concurrency up, the services sought to fill those gaps with time in the simulator. When you look at the cost of conducting training in a live environment and compare it with that of conducting training in a simulator, typically the cost of the simulator time is about 5 to 10% of what it would cost to do that training on an actual live platform. So there are significant cost savings that can be realized from using these technologies. The training systems that are being fielded for some of the newer platforms will really lay the groundwork for that shift in philosophy towards more simulation-based training. These systems are being designed from the ground up, and they're able to take advantage of the latest advances in simulation technology. So this enables the systems to provide a greater level of fidelity, realism, and immersiveness, which makes the training more effective, so in turn they can use the training more fully in their programs.